Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hello, just to be on the safe side, from a sunny spring Germany again. I'm so happy to see the sun in the morning. I hope you're having an equally lovely day and that you're enjoying the weather. So, let's get cracking on. Last week's live chat ended with me saying good morning, and then a little bit later, Oana came along and said, good afternoon. I'm not sure how long it had been between sort of my good morning and her good afternoon, whether it was her afternoon when I said good morning or whether it was just she came in later. And Amatsu came along later and said, good evening, Lynn and Oana. Spring is so close, I hope winter doesn't get jealous and try a comeback. And, Amatsu, you capitalised winter. The seasons don't get a capital letter. I love correcting native speakers. I replied, there's always that possibility. As we say, ne'er cast a clout till May is out. And that's an English saying, sort of Midlands, which means don't put away any clothing until the end of May, because you never know when the weather might get colder again. Salman Khan came along and said good morning. Salman, good with a capital G and then a full stop after morning. And Amatsu said, good morning, Salman, but the next morning, because as you know, we're not on 24/7, but we will always say hi, as long as we notice you. Hello, Salman, said Zeb, and what's your IT speciality, Salman Khan? How do you know his speciality is IT? Oh, maybe that comes along later. Anyhow, Zeb started a topic. Anyone has watched this short video by Dortal, and with the link to the video, it's about an app that would be able to make predictions about our nearest future. This scares me. I'm not comfortable with this concept. And you? So, Zeb, you'd say, has anyone watched this short video by Dortal? And then a question mark, yep. You got the question mark in, good. And then it's about an app that will be able to make predictions about our near future, not nearest future, the near future, or about the near future maybe, our nearest future, no, the near future. This scares me. I'm not comfortable with this concept. And you? Perfect. I replied, there are too many variables and I wouldn't trust it not to try and manipulate me. I hate being manipulated. And Zeb then said, I don't think that they want you to trust it. Just enjoy being digital. Get more into the Internet of Things and let them help you. Well, the Internet of Things gives me nightmares, Zeb. Amatsu said, the trouble is that for future generations, all this becomes the norm. I mean, can you imagine anyone in Europe not thinking that a cooker is a necessity? Where did the cooker come in from? Could you expand on that a bit, Amatsu? And Zeb said, why is it a trouble? A trouble for whom? Oh, nice use of whom, but not a trouble. Why would it be troublesome? Trouble for whom? Not a trouble. Trouble is uncountable because there's lots of them. Although you can pack all your troubles away, but in this context, it would be trouble for whom. Okay, Zeb then said, this video gives me nightmares. It makes me feel like I'm going to be reprogrammed. I shouldn't have read Brave New World. Exactly. I know the Internet of Things is meant to be a positive thing whereby you can ask your mobile phone where you left your keys, but the idea of tagging everything in our lives and sharing it online is just reprehensible to me. I want to keep my life's not so interesting as to go online, and if I lose my keys, well, it'll serve me right for remembering where I put them down next time. We've got to keep using our brains. We can't hand over all our thinking processes to computer chips, surely. Anyhow, Ram Kumar came along and said, hi, what happened at this time? Okay, so hi with a capital H, Ram, and then what's happening? That's all you need to say, what's happening, because by saying what is happening, it means what's happening now, okay? So what's happening? Zeb replied, hi Ram, at this time now, I had breakfast while listening to the news and I'm now connecting to the digital world. Okay, I'd get rid of it this time now. I know what you mean because you were replying to his at this time, but it would be confusing to a learner, okay? So I would just say, I have had breakfast or I had breakfast while listening to the news and I'm now connecting to the digital world. That would be enough. And I replied, there are no sessions now until 19:30 tomorrow in Kitely. Okay, I'm not sure why I replied that. Maybe I was thinking you meant what's happening on the network. So sorry if that confused you, Ram. Honey said hello, and nobody said hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi, Honey. I'm not sure if it's Honey or Hania. No, we did say hello. Okay. One hello will do, saying hello. Okay, I'll delete that one, and I'll delete that one. Okay, so Honey said, is anyone here? And so that would be with a capital I, Honey, and just one question mark. And also wrote, I replied, hi, Honey. The best time to find us online is first thing in the morning. Yeah, I always discuss first thing. So if you are looking to say hi and get an instant reply, pop in on first thing, and especially on Tuesday, of course, because I'm online for about half an hour to an hour on Discuss. Ram Kumar also said, hi, my name is Ram. I am student. I want to improve the writing skill and speaking. Okay, so here, Ram, you'd say, hi, with a capital H. My name is Ram, and then full stop. I am a student. Capital I, and don't forget, a student. I am a student. So I am a teacher, and you are a student, okay? And then I, capital I, want to improve my writing and speaking skills, okay? And Ram also sent out a sort of shout to Zeb and said, hi, Zeb, I want to chat with you. So, hi, capital H, Zeb, capital X, because it's her name. I, with a capital I, want to chat with you, full stop. Okay. And then said, hi, Zed. Yes, I am Zeb. What's? I'm not sure what you were trying to say there. Hi, Zeb. It would be X-E-B, capital X, capital H. Yes, I am Zeb. Not sure what that's meant to be. Yes, I am Zeb. Maybe you were responding to Zeb's, hi, Ram. Sure, is there anything you would like to talk about? In which case, it would be, hi, Zeb. Yes, there is Zeb. But then you would say what you want to talk about. So I'd like to talk about gummy bears. And as I always say and discuss, try to click on reply to the comment you wish to reply to. Okay, don't go skipping around in different sections and different bits. Just click reply, and then that goes to the person who commented and whose comment you want to reply to, if that makes sense. Anyhow, Zeb replied to Ram and said, how was your weekend, Ram? Which was perfect. Well done, Zeb. And Ram said, hi, Zeb, my weekend is also fine, and you? Okay, so hi, capital H, Zeb, capital X. And then my weekend was fine, and you? Question mark. So my weekend was fine, comma, and you? Question mark, because you're asking Zeb, and that's a great way of getting a conversation going. Always reciprocate, yes? Somebody asks, how are you? Say, I'm fine, and you? Unless they've already told you, okay? So Zeb replied and said, I went for a walk on abandoned railway tracks in Paris. It was great fun meeting a few people doing graffiti and other wanderers. Have you done anything special during the weekend? And again, great way of keeping a conversation going and developing the conversation. And that's what it's all about, remember. So I replied, were those the railway tracks from that video, Zeb? I simply did a load of gardening this weekend. Amazingly, it was too hot at midday to continue. Summer seems to have bullied spring out of the way for a bit. What about you, Ram? And again, we're trying to get a response from Ram, because Ram, that's how conversations work. Zeb replied, yes, they are the same tracks, but a different portion of the 35-kilometre circuit. We walked them from the north part of Paris at Porte de la Chapelle, heading southeast to Porte de Vincennes. In the video, they are a portion from the south of Paris, longing Parc Montsouris and heading east to Massena. Okay, so a different portion, not really, because portions are like something you might eat. Portion, a big portion, small portion of mashed potato, maybe. So it might be better to say a different part, or even better, a different section, okay? A different section of the 35-kilometre circuit. We walked from, not them, although you're talking about the railway lines, I'd just say we walked from the north part of Paris at Porte de la Chapelle and headed southeast to Porte de Vincennes. In the video, they show the section from the south of Paris along Parcs Montsouris and heading east to Massena. So not longing. Longing is a feeling. I'm longing for some gummy bears. I've given them up for Lent, by the way, so I'm longing for some. Okay, so, and that's, if people are wondering, that's referring to a video that we discussed a long time ago, Zeb and I. So these conversations come back, and as you develop an awareness of other people, their likes, their dislikes, you can have better conversations with them. That's why developing online friendships, online contacts is really good. And I know some people will say it's not the same as a real friendship, but it is. It's the same thing, just a different flavour, okay? Anyhow, Priyanki came along and said, BB. And quite rightly, Zeb went, it's an unusual way to start a conversation, Priyanki. What does it mean? Priyanki's not actually replied. Maybe it was BRB, because if you see BRB written, it means be right back. Yes, maybe Priyanki was just testing the system. I don't know, Zeb. Priyanki then said, I have sent my message, but I can't see anywhere, Zeb. Okay, so you'd say here, Priyanki, I've sent a message, comma, but I can't see it anywhere, Zeb, and Zeb with a capital X and then full stop. Zeb said, I saw it and even replied to it. It said BB. A new conversation may take some time to appear, Priyanki. You just have to be a bit patient. Exactly. Discuss is a wonderful sort of system, but it's, restricted by the connection speed you have, and also the load on their servers, and as they're providing this for free, I think we can't really complain too much. So we just have to be a little bit patient, okay? Then let me scroll up a bit. Priyanki came and I think was having a bit of a meltdown, Priyanki. Hey, chill out, Priyanki. So Priyanki wrote, I had joined a tuition of English subject last 2 months. That is Madame. In the begging, she taught very good, but nowadays she called me for teaching, but within 1 hour she said, go and come tomorrow. So advice me can leave that tuition. Okay. Zeb replied, but let me look at this. I'm not sure exactly what you were trying to say, Priyanki. So you'd say, I joined an English class 2 months ago. Okay, and then that is Madam? No idea. What does that mean? No, just get rid of that is Madam thing. So, not I had joined, but I joined an English class 2 months ago. Okay. In the beginning, so beginning, BEGINNING, it was very good, and but then comma, but nowadays, so not nowadays, you need an A between W and D. She calls me in for a lesson, but within an hour, she tells me to go and come back tomorrow. Could you advise me what to do, maybe? Advise me can leave that tuition? I mean, I'd never advise anybody to leave tuition. I'd advise you to talk it through and tell her what you want out of it. You're not saying whether you're paying for this tuition or whether it's free. Somebody just, maybe they're busy. It's a difficult one, okay, Priyanki? Anyhow, Zeb tried to make sense of what you'd said as well and said, I understand that you joined an English class 2 months ago and you are not happy with the teaching. Did I get it right? And Priyanki went, yes, you are right. I want to she teach me full of an hour and she concentrate about teaching. Okay. I want her to teach me for a full hour and for her to concentrate on teaching. Okay. Zeb then said, have you talked with her about it? What did she say? Priyanki said, no, I have not talked about yet. Thinking should said, what do say, Zeb? Ooh. Okay, so no, I haven't talked with her about it yet. What should I say, Zeb? And Zeb said, you said earlier that when you started the class you were happy with her teaching method. Does she know it? If she has changed method, it might be because she hasn't had any feedback, whether you liked it or not. What do you think? Oh, Zeb, you are someone after my own heart. Priyanki said, Zeb, have you taken you dinner? Okay, Priyanki, that's when the conversation comes to a screeching full stop. When someone asks you a question, reply. Yeah? Stick to topic. As I say in the tips from I wrote years ago, stay with the topic. Even if it goes somewhere you don't want to go, end it. But end it on topic, saying, well, I don't really want to discuss this anymore. Shall we start a new topic? So don't just jump into a completely new subject. Anyhow, Zeb was very nice and said, it's afternoon here, far too early for dinner. And Priyanki went, oh, I forgot, actually, it's right here. Oh, I forgot. Actually, it's night here. Sorry, my eyesight. Honestly, I did, honestly. Get told by my optician I didn't need new glasses. I keep misreading things though. So Priyanki replied, oh, I forgot. Actually, it's night here. So you'd say, oh, with an exclamation mark was fine. I forgot, full stop. Actually, comma, and then it's with a small I, because you're following on from the actually, it's night here, full stop. Zeb then said, you're almost ready to go to bed then, aren't you? And Priyanki went, luck. Zeb, do you believe in lick? Okay, I think you meant Zeb, do you believe in luck? L-U-C-K. And again, that goes slightly off topic from what Zeb said. But then you came back on topic, which is good, and you said, no, not yet, I will study late night. Okay, so I'd say, no, not yet, full stop, I will study late tonight. Okay, night is just generally, last night, tonight, tomorrow night is time specific. So tonight is the night from today, okay, or the time it is now. So tonight I will study late, this night, okay. How late do you study? I asked Priyanki, and Zeb said, it sounds like you're having a long day. Then she went, as for your question about luck, you're so nice, Zeb. You should have gone, why are you asking me if I believe in luck? We were talking about your teacher. Oh, you're so kind. As for your question about luck, I like to think that people create their own luck. Aha. And I replied to that and said, I agree to a point, but some people do appear to be just lucky. Priyanki said, it is natural thing. Okay, so you'd say it is a natural thing, and then full stop. And then, how is it possible? And then you'd need a capital H because it's the beginning of the sentence, Priyanki. How is it possible? Zeb then said, if you do nothing, then nothing's going to happen. On the contrary, when you start looking around, interacting, participating, etc., you increase the possibilities of a good fortune. I'd just say of good fortune. Yeah, a good fortune would be more to do with money, but good fortune is uncountable. Luck is uncountable. Said Priyanki. Maybe you right, but I think luck is natural thing which can't change whether lots of tries. Okay, so is fine, and then full stop. Maybe is one word, so capital M, A-Y-B-E, one word. Maybe you are right. Comma, but I think luck, small l, is a natural thing which can't be changed, okay, which can't change or which can't be changed, and then comma, even if you try. Whether lots of tries, nah, even if you try. And Zeb then said, then I'm not a great believer in luck. It would be too much a wait-and-see attitude, and I prefer to walk and explore for my good fortune. Priyanki then said, Zeb, now I am going to log off and talk to you tomorrow. Okay, good night. Bye. Okay, good night is one word. So G-O-O-D-N-I-G-H-T, one word. And that was a nice way of ending the conversation, Priyanki, yeah? Saying what you're going to do, that you're logging off, and then people aren't sort of going, hello, where are you? Are you going to reply? Have I upset you? What's happening? So it's a really good idea to end a conversation. And Zeb went, good night, Priyanka. And then Priyanka did reply, again, not by clicking on the reply bit, but she came back to Zeb's question about giving feedback, have you talked about it? And Priyanka said, sorry, Zeb, I was busy somewhere. Then you need a full stop. Okay. You said, well, that she hasn't had any feedback. Okay, Zeb, I will set as soon as possible. Okay. I'd say here, you said that she hasn't had any feedback, or you said that I haven't given her any feedback, and then, okay, so it's either capital O, capital K, or capital O, K-A-Y, comma, Zeb, I will tell her as soon as possible, or I will give her some feedback as soon as possible, full stop. Let us know how you get on, Priyanka, because it is important for teachers to get feedback from their students. And also, if you'd like to explain a little bit more about the relationship, are you paying for lessons? Are they free lessons? There's a difference, you know. If you're paying for lessons, you should be driving the lessons. You should be driving the sessions to get the most out of them. Is it a group or is it one-on-one? That will change the dynamics as well. And if it's free, well, you kind of pretty much have to put up with whatever you're given, okay? But you can still give feedback, even if it's free. You can still say, oh, I really enjoyed that session, or I preferred last week's session when we talked about... And you have to sort of take a little bit of control and responsibilities for your own learning. I do that in my sessions. I'm amazed at how little feedback I get, because I think people think, oh, I'm so grateful that you're doing this for nothing. They don't think to say, well, actually, I preferred last week, and it makes my life easier if people are honest and tell me what they want to do, what they'd like to do, rather than leave it all to me. Anyhow, so Aladdin popped in and said, Zeb, why your comment is appeared as featured comment up above? So here, Aladdin, you'd say, why has your comment appeared as a featured comment up above? And Priyanka said, hello, Aladdin. And Aladdin said, hello, Priyanka. And Zeb replied and saying, maybe because someone was playing around with this discuss feature. Who could it be? Any idea, Aladdin? And I replied, /me, whistles innocently. And if you see /me, it's a little joke from Second Life where if you write /me in chat, it puts your name up. So it's me saying, Lynn whistles innocently. Anyhow, Zeb then came in and said, hi guys, weekends in Paris means going out, especially now that winter is leaving us. So I thought I'd share with you the Time Out Paris, with the link to Time Out Paris, which means if you pass by Paris, give me a hoy. Okay, if you pass by Paris, then you're not going to get a hoy because it means people are going along. So if you're passing by, is what I'd say. So if you're passing by, give me a hoy. When you want to go out, do you use a magazine like this one? And I replied and said, I used this publication for a trip to Barcelona and didn't regret it. Time Out London has been famous for many years. If I can ever drag hubby to Paris, I'll definitely give you a yell. And then Zeb quite rightly said, no, people who are dragged to somewhere are often bad company, unless they know how to make the best of a bad deal. I don't use much time out, but I did this weekend to explore some bars with my brother Gilles. Fantastic. Okay, so here you would say, I don't use Time Out Paris much. So you'd say, I don't use much sugar in my coffee, I don't take much milk in my tea, but I don't use this much, okay? And then Priyanka said, hi Zeb, how are you? And Zeb said, fine, I had a great weekend. How was yours? No reply yet from Priyanka. But Priyanka, come in and say a little bit about what you did. Did you go for a walk? Did you just surf all day, all weekend? Yeah, always come back when people ask you a question. That's how you develop conversations and online friendships. Okay, Alwind popped in and said, it's a good network to discover Paris easier. If I'll go to Paris, I'll use that. Okay, so you'd say, it seems to be a good way to discover Paris more easily. Okay, comma, if, with a small I go to Paris, I'll use it. So not if I'll is more of a promise. So when I go to Paris, I'll use it. If I go to Paris, I'll use it. The I'll is I will do that if I do that, okay? This conditional sentences. If you need to practice them more, Alwind, we've got a section on the forum that allows you to write conditional sentences about different topics, okay? And then I correct them. Corrected it here, but if you want to practice, you can have it written corrections there. What makes you think this, Alwind? Asked Zeb. And again, great way of developing the conversation. Questions that what somebody says. Why? What makes you think that? How? Who? Where? Why? When? Your friends. And Alwyn came back and said, it's simply a question, Zeb. Nothing more. Zeb then said, I think that I would like being part of the team making time out, but no, it's not the case. Do you have any equivalent magazine for Italy, Alwind? And I replied, I think they use locals, Zeb. You should apply. And I think Time Out, that's what makes them a bit different. They use locals to write the publication, not travellers. So you get a more of a local's view of a place, which is what I kind of liked, because I like going off the beaten track. I like touristy places, but I like to also explore the areas that that people actually live in, which are quite often very different to the areas you're encouraged to see as a tourist. Okay. And then I'm afraid I did do a little bit of Zeb baiting this week. You might need a bit of background for this one, but in previous sessions in Kitely, we had been talking about ageing and the signs of ageing, if you like. And then in a recent session, Zeb happened to mention shopping trolleys. To me, that is a sign of ageing, and this is a topic that Zeb's very sensitive about ageing. As we discovered in Kitely. Why are we talking about this? It's depressing. So having mentioned shopping trolleys, I went on the search for a photograph to show that I believe dragging around a shopping trolley is a sign of getting old. I'm sorry, I just do. Fit young things, they carry their bags. Old grannies have wheels on them. Anyhow, Zeb couldn't let this lie and brought it into... it's been talked about in the forum and on other network pages, but she's brought it in to discuss as well. And she said, shopping trolleys for grandma. Guys, can you believe it? Lynn Hand added the shopping trolley as a sign of old age on the forum. Here's the photo she uploaded there. She dared. My trolley looks much younger, and me too. So I replied, I suppose you could accuse me of trolling. Lol. In my defence, Zeb, I can remember my granny with one of these, and then when my mum got older, she got one. It was mortifying when we were at the bus station in Derby, and Mum was walking along with trolley in tow. It made a particular sound on the pebbled pavement, and suddenly a bus driver started singing, 3 wheels on my wagon. I can laugh about it now, but as a teenager, I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. I was scarred for life. So that's my reason. I hope you can forgive me, Zeb. I didn't mean to touch a nerve. And luckily Zeb came back and said, OK, I'll forgive you. You're kind of under treatment. Now, the crucial question, when will you acquire a shopping trolley for yourself? It'll be a cold day in hell when I do that, Zeb. I never say never. When my back's so bad I can no longer carry my own bags, then I might go trundling along. And Zeb shared a little bit of the song that I put up, which was 3 wheels on my wagon with come on all you Cherokees, sing along with me. Higgity, higgity, hoggity, hi. Pioneers, they never say die. I know you only put that up to make me do some singing, Zeb. I don't know why you like to torture your ears so much. Okay, and that's it for live chat. So I'll just pop over to the grammar page. And Ram Kumar came along last week and said, hello, my teacher. How are you? I want improve my writing skill and speaking now. Say help. Okay, so Ram. Hello with a capital H, and then my teacher, T small for teacher. Okay, we're not that important. How are you? Capital H and then a question mark at the end, because that's a question. How are you? And I think you meant to say I with a capital I want to improve my writing and speaking skills. And then you could put a comma, please, Please, help. Okay, full stop. Okay, and I replied, "Hi Ram, first explore the network a bit. For your written English, I would join the forum, and for the spoken English, you can join one of our sessions once you are a member of the forum." Or Google Plus, but you can only join Google Plus sessions by joining our Google Plus page. And if you want to do all of our sessions, you'll have to join Second Life, you'll have to join Kitely, you'll have to join Google Plus, you'll have to join Me, you'll have to join Skype, you'll have to join, what else? Oh, everything. Facebook, all of them. Just join everything on the network. It's fine. It'll certainly keep you on your toes, okay? And then Ram came back and said, "Hello, teacher. Thanks, teacher. I have joined the forum." Excellent, Ram. Nice to hear it. So, hello, teacher, capital H. Thank you would be enough because you've already said hello, teacher, and then thank you. Because thanks, teacher. Hello, teacher. Nice to see you, teacher. Too many teachers, yeah? So just hello, teacher. Thank you. I have, capital I, joined the forum, full stop. Well done. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you on there, Ram. I think I've already said hello to you, though. Now, of course, the important thing is if you do join a forum is to use the forum, and a little bit like using Discuss, stick to topics, reply. Instead of starting a new topic, click on reply to other people, not just the teacher. And that's it for live chat this week. But I'm going to drag a little, I've got some time, so I'm going to drag a little bit of Facebook into live chat, okay? Because on Facebook I shared a text that had been shared by a couple, Jeff Hammer, I think, and a couple of other people on Facebook. And the reason I want to share it is in 1999 I set up the network to allow people to come and speak to somebody and write, and I would correct their writing and I would encourage them to write. And yes, okay, I throw in a bit of grammar occasionally and spelling and punctuation and pronunciation, but generally it was about getting people to write, getting people to communicate. And this article I've shared, which is in The Atlantic, it's called "The Wrong Way to Teach Grammar. No more diagramming sentences. Students learn more from simply writing and reading." And I feel justified now because I've had a bit of controversy from linguists and other teachers saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You should teach them this before they even write a word." And I'm like, no, that's not how I learnt to speak English, and it's not how I want to teach English. So I'll just read this extract. In 1984, George Hillocks, a renowned professor of English and education at the University of Chicago, published an analysis of the research on teaching writing. He concluded that school boards, administrators and teachers who impose the systematic study of traditional school grammar on their students over lengthy periods of time in the name of teaching writing do them a gross disservice that should not be tolerated by anyone concerned with the effective teaching of good writing. And this is what I believe. I hadn't actually read anything about him till now, but it's just common sense to me. In order to do something, in order to learn how to do something, you do it. You don't read about it. You don't study it. You do it. So those of you who haven't joined us on live chat actually writing because you think, "Oh no, I need to study this point of grammar," come in, join us. It's the way that your brain will start taking what you're trying to learn seriously. Seriously. And on that little teachery note, sorry Zeb, I apologise. You can switch off. In fact, I should have said you can switch off now, Zeb. I shall love you and leave you and look forward to speaking to you next week. And in the meantime, I'll talk with you in our sessions and online, and I'll chat with you on live chat, on the forum, anywhere you please to meet me, even on Facebook if you absolutely insist, guys. Take care and thank you for listening. Bye.